What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Demon Slayer Season 3 finale. Episode 11, I think we've got a good solid just under an hour here. Curious to see how they wrap this up. We're back in town. You guys, I'm going to just go ahead and put this up on Tuesday. So YouTube, you guys will get One Piece and this. We're back in town, back from the beach. Should be back on our regularly scheduled programming. Starting Tuesday. When you guys see this the rest of the week, and Patreon, everything will kind of be as it is. I don't know if we're going to add anything new here just because we have Vinland Saga going on. I think I'm only on episode like 12 or 13, and I think Jujutsu is supposed to be starting early July, so there's not that much time to add a brand new series, and I want to wrap up Monster since we're close to the end with that as well. But that's where we're at, so we'll finish this up. Curious to see how it goes. This I'm gonna save it, post episode. But I think I posed the question, and I apologize if I haven't gotten to everybody's comments. I have not been in town or in front of YouTube or my computer since like last Wednesday, so I haven't answered comments on any videos. Typically I do. I'll try to go back and do it, but if I don't, just know that your comments weren't ignored on purpose. But last video we asked anime only viewers and manga as well, what are your thoughts on the season so far? Just curious what people feel about it. Are they feeling it? Are they not feeling it? Is it okay? Did you not come in with any expectations, so it doesn't really matter what they're doing? Because that could be a thing as well. People could just think it's okay simply because that they never put expectations on Demon Slayer in the first place. It's been, I feel like it started here with that first episode and has just kind of slowly just kind of declined with random peaks throughout. It's kind of how I felt about it. Now we could have a crazy strong ending here and see how that goes. Still some questions as far as certain things that we've seen this season. So we got the Genya information on, he consumes demons and it kind of turns him into this like pseudo hybrid demon that has the increased strength, speed, and healing. And the stronger demon he eats, the stronger his abilities of those are. I don't know how that ever became a thing. Does his brother have the same ability? Like, that's a whole other question on like how that's a thing. The demon marks, or the marks, whatever we want to call them. Tanjiro was the first. And then both Hashiras here also have those marks. I have no idea where they come from, but they also seem to be not like Genya, but when he consumes a demon, all his kind of his sliders on his stats get like pushed to the edge. Same thing with like the demon slayers that we've seen. Like when these marks manifest, all their sliders go from like wherever they're at, and then they get shoved all the way to the end. Maxed out abilities. Where those come from, how they come from, I don't know. And I'm also curious, is that going to kind of be like the new thing for the rest of the Hashiras? Because there's still 3 upper moons to go. And we still have, what, 3 Demon Slayers to get introduced to? 3 Hashiras? The Stone, Genya's older brother, and the kid with the snake. And we also have 3 upper moons to get introduced to. So are these going to be like one-offs, like 1v1v1s? Is it going to be kind of another thing where like Tanjiro helps out and kind of gets his? I would like to see Tanjiro like not involved in a Hashira moment. Kind of like we got with Rengoku's. Like just like he could be there because we're following the story through him, so he could be there. But I'd like him to just not be involved like he is here. I don't know. I want to see what the Hashiras have to offer, and it's hard to do that when the main character that's never going to die and probably is going to get crazy boosts is involved as well, because it makes me think the gap between them and Tanjiro is not that great, when you kind of, but that's a whole other thing. I'm curious, do the other Hashiras also have these marks? Is that going to kind of be the new thing that we give to the Hashiras to kind of make them compatible with the upper moons? I have no idea, and there doesn't, at least as far as we know, there doesn't seem to be any drawback of the marks, like you don't pass out after or make you super tired or anything crazy like that, at least to my knowledge. So there doesn't seem to be any drawback of when you bring it out. So that's a whole nother question. A lot of moving parts, a lot of moving things. We'll save the post-season review Both the upper moons so far have been pretty underwhelming from a personality standpoint and just from an overall ability standpoint. We'll see. We got 50 minutes. Let's strap in. See what we got. See what we've got. See what we got. See what we got. One thing I can rely on is the animation should be. He is fucking zooming, isn't he? Now, are we gonna get a crazy? Are we gonna get a crazy sad backstory with this demon? Or is it gonna be just like Upper 5, where like he's dead, he's off screen, we don't find out how he came to be, why he came to be, his past human struggles? It's just like, oh, he's dead. All right, wrap it up and get out of here. Maybe this demon really does have split personalities, like when he was a human, and the one that's running right now, he's the true, like, he's the host, he's the body, he's the original, like, born, like, that's the personality. He's shy, he doesn't want to do that, he's real skittish, no human interactions, like, please stay away from me, why must I do this, depressed. And all the other personalities take over, and they're pieces of shit that kill humans and all that. I don't know. Well. Going crazy with that, piano, huh? A connected bond, daybreak and first... Well, that's another thing, too. I don't know how long this has been going on, but this sun is eventually going to come up. Is this man just uprooting trees and throwing them hundreds of yards? Good lord, how's he throwing them with accuracy too, by the way? Bakugo, get his ass, man. Get him. Kind of feel bad for him though, low-key. Bro, and I totally forgot, because I've been out of town for a week, and it grinded my gears more than anything I've watched in a long time. This man is running the fastest we've ever seen him run, Tanjiro specifically, after his ankle got turned into ground beef. His foot literally obliterated. Worse injury than Deku has ever sustained. And he's just out here striding like nothing's wrong. He's talking about people reaching their limit. Didn't he just come off the emergency bed? Oh, now he can't move. He should have never made it this far to begin with. Is Tanjiro about to start utilizing every possible breathing technique? Or what's about to happen here? I really hope he doesn't. I'm not gonna like that. Oh. I don't like that at all. I really hate that, actually. I hate everything about that, to be honest with you. Are we getting it? I was gonna say, does he have anything in his back pocket, or he's gonna remain this little piece of shit the entire time? Watch him be like the worst of the personalities when he finally like has to be. Might as well eat him, Genya, no? Nezuko's gonna come with the... She's gonna start fluffing him. Oh god. They both are gonna get knocked out from that shit. Here she's gonna come scratch his ass the hell up. I mean, I don't know how Tanjiro's head isn't getting straight turned into a grape. Well, he got serious there for... Oh, God. No, Nezuko, you gotta turn that shit off. He's a demon. Yes, he's a demon. The flames are eating him. You gotta turn off that Amaterasu, Nezuko, or he's gonna burn, too. Quickly. I'm wondering what made him freak out like that. Like he finally decided to get serious. Is he just running with Tanjiro's blade in his... What are we, going off a cliff? Oh god. Oof. Can Genya turn off his demon ability, like his demon absorption, or what? I don't know the specifics on that. He should pop Sprout arms out now. It's because all the personalities aren't in it? Yeah, yeah. It's because the other split. It's so weird to see the personality switch up of him. Like he's not whimpering and crying and all this crazy shit. Bro, they're gonna be on your ass. It sounds good on paper. How are you gonna move? So he just can't regen worth a damn. Oh shit. I mean, he's not going to eat those. He's not going to eat them, so who stops him? Oh god, and he's getting further and further away from Tanjiro. Tanjiro shouldn't be able to move, by the way. Both of them should be TKO'd right there like Yamcha, just sitting in that rubble. That pose that they both had remind me of Yamcha. Just knocked out in a pile of dirt. Is he? Eh? Maybe the mark on him is giving him extra juice at the moment, or where's that coming from? Is it in his head? Hello? Oh, it's the sword! He finally finished it. Who the hell chucked it like that, though? Oh! I was about to say, no way the little kid did. Oh, he's not done. And he's out. Lord Tokito needs a nap. Big old nap. But definitely check his pulse. Just in case. Oh, look at all the Hashiras before him. Or Demon Slayers before him. I hate that so much. Should be one hit quit, no? He can't stop it. Yeah, that should be easy work. Oh, done. Well, we think. We think done. Now, does the other one just drop dead, like a hive mind type thing, or what? I have so much I want to discuss after this. Is that like, are we 20 minutes in? No, okay, okay. We got some time, we got some time. He's still standing. We think it's the main body. This is all hypothesis too. We just think like this is the one we need to take out, but it's not like. Better go get your little sister. Put her in a box. Oh, now we're feeling some drawback. Of course he is now. Oh, the demons. I bet the demon's coming behind him. That's making her run towards him. He doesn't know that the boy's coming behind him. And I feel like they're going to have some explanation on her in sunlight and not dying. I don't see Nezuko dying here. Tanjiro, assess the situation. Why do you think she's freaking out, man? Take a second. How did you kill this piece of shit? Oh my god, now they're screwed. The head's not disappearing. You have to like... Oh, the tongue, the tongue, the tongue! The tongue, the tongue! It's not the real one! Where is it? It was two different words on the tongue. Is she gonna die? I just don't think she does. I just refuse to believe Demon Slayer's not that dark that they would kill her. She's too big of a plot point for me to take this seriously. Her actually dying. So it's gonna be something with her demon, or just, you know. He's gonna have to, yeah, you're gonna have to hug her up, man. Genya, can you come with something? Anybody got any kind of cover? Oh my god. Well, he's in the sunlight too, though. Genya's the only available person. Genya's the only one. He's the only available one, unless they sent more Hashiras to the party. Do you think Homegirl took the other one out, or... I was about to say, he should be burning too. This anime time is going crazy right now. Oh man. Take off your shirt and cover her. Do something. Think, man. Take a deep breath and think. Are we just gonna... Are we gonna not assess the situation? Like, shirt, jacket off. Throw it over her. Barrel roll into some shade. Something. You have to make a decision. And I think the decision is you're already at Nezuko. I can understand if he was split in the middle of the field and it's like, oh shit, Nezuko's burning over here, the villagers over here, like which one do I do? You're already at, you just have to kind of just go with your option. Take the shirt off! Oh my god. She chose for him. He's gonna be a mental wreck. Like an actual mental wreck if she's actually dead, by the way. Not the soundtrack in the back. We have so much of this episode left. We're not even halfway. I have no idea what they're about to do with this. Is she really about to die? I mean, they're playing the soundtrack and giving, the classic anime, like, showing her flashbacks and shit. She might actually be dead. If she truly is. I mean, we're not applauding character death, main character death here, but... Okay, Demon Slayer. I underestimated your seriousness level. If you actually kill her, hey, salute. Because if I had to put money on the table, there's 4 people that never die in this story. And you know who the 4 are. Tanjiro, Nezuko, Inosuke, Zenitsu. They just won't die. They'll be pushed to the limits of death. They might be death fake-outs, which we've gotten multiple of. But they'll always be okay. I think she really is dead. I think she's really going to die here because you know what pisses a lot of people off? When you do stuff like this? Essentially showing us every single Nezuko moment up to this point in the story. And now she somehow is saved or doesn't die here, then you've lost all credibility. Like, you just can't be taken serious as a show at that point. So I think this is for real. I still don't even know. I saw a man get stabbed in the heart and was told he could move his organs. So you can see why I'd be a little skeptical. Until I see her just... I feel like I'm stuck on Namek right now. What's happening? He's been falling forever. Okay. Now is he just accepting it and gonna go? Or is he gonna turn back for her? No, he's going. He's going. I don't know how he's moving, but he's going. So that little one is still somewhere. Did you find it? Is it on him? Yeah. Oh my god, he was just hiding out there. That's kind of creepy as hell, though. That big-ass demon running around with no head. Sound effects going crazy right now. Is it? Uh-oh, we're getting the flashback. We're getting the classic demon that's about to be killed by Tanjiro flashback. I actually really want backstory on him. Like, a lot of backstory on him. He's been the most intriguing demon to me so far. Like, is he really split personalities that take over and do bad things in his name, or what? And there's Muzan showing up. I wonder why him, but who knows why they'd meet up. What the hell? I would love an episode dedicated to his backstory. I am so intrigued by him. So intrigued. This is probably the demon the most. Muzan, of course, being like a close second. And I guess Tanjiro's uncle, look-alike ancestor, whoever the Upper Moon one is. I'd be very curious to see that Upper Four's backstory a lot. And just the manifestation of the other personalities and all those type of things. Or just different emotions, or just whatever. Well, what happened in Nezuko? Let's go check. Because until I see her disappear into dust like they just did with him on screen, I won't believe it. I'll never forgive Demon Slayer if they just went through all that backstory of her, and she lives this story. Is this her coming to him in the sun? I'm assuming it is. That's what I'm assuming. And okay, now we're halfway. There's going to be a lot of follow-up to this as well. Yeah, that was the whole reason for this. Yeah, the whole reason he is even in this moment right now is because of her. She's not burning. So is she just no longer a demon now, and she's just a regular girl, or Did she burn away her own I have no idea what I'm looking at here. That's why I didn't try to invest too emotionally into her dying. Because I just don't think they would do that. What? And now she speaks? What just happened? I don't know. How is this possible? What? I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking at. I have no idea what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Does she even know what just happened? But she's still got like demonic looking teeth and eyes going though. So now I have no idea what I'm actually... I mean, we've got plenty of time left. So how did that just happen? Yo, Genya, are you... What, What happened with Homegirl? So did the other demon just like poof? Like a shadow clone or something, or... I have so many questions about so many things with this season. Are we okay? Let's see what happened. Is it done? Did it just poof? Get that character design is so badass. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that too. She essentially lost, but just in the nick of time gets saved. Well, that's a quick resolve of that. I was wondering, like, what's going on over there? Well, here you go. Take this 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. Take this 15 seconds. What? Oh, Muzan finding out about his losing 2 more upper moons. It looks like we need to have another meeting. Calm down. Don't kill them. Don't kill them. Ah, shit. Dead. Yep. Dead as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for the 2 ladies. What happened to your head? Well, the thing he needs the most now is Nezuko. Nezuko's the most important thing to him right now, huh? Just kill her and get it over with before she just... yeah. A demon that's able to... I mean, of course she's able to. Yeah, Nezuko's the most important thing to him right now. I like how he just formed clothes like that. Just done. Just dead as fuck. Oof, my man looks so clean. The black on white. Oof. Someone's gonna have to deal with that room when they find it. Oh shit. Okay, this might save the season for me. Give me some good backstory here on Muzan. Before he even became a demon. Was he just one of those, like, you know, those typical backstories of like someone that's gonna die and they don't want to die and will literally do anything to prevent themselves from dying? How did he become a demon? How did he become a demon is the question. Like, how did the one, like, was he bitten by a bat or some shit or what? He's jealous that he's not able to live. Can't figure out what's wrong. Don't do it. Okay, you did it. So how did we end up getting to how we are now? I mean, he was trying. Damn it. Yeah, then you figured it out, of course. What? So this rando dando doctor who was trying to help him live because he couldn't even make it past his 19th birthday ended up coming up with some kind of formula with enough spices and powders and flowers and this and that. And it turned him into a demon? Not on purpose, we don't think? And he just went on from there? Damn. Interesting. So he didn't even purposely try to become this. Shit just happened. And I don't even know if that doctor knew what he was doing. Like, he was just like, I'm just gonna mix shit together and see what happens. I like how they're making the blood the only thing with color in his flashback. Interesting. And since then, he's been trying to figure out a way to survive in the sunlight. It was a mystery. If he was just a little more patient, and didn't kill him. Well, now 1,000 years later, he's found someone that can survive the sunlight. So Nezuko is now the most important piece of this entire story. He's like, screw it, I don't need to make any more upper moons, lower moons, no, nothing. Just need her. Okay, nice little Muzan flashback there. That was pretty dope. We'll talk about this later. That's a whole nother rant. His memories. Even his diction has changed. His cadence, his personality, his speech. Softness in his voice. Eh? Eh? Nobody broke it. But I'm curious what has like her in the sunlight now done to her personality. Now she's just freely speaking, and I don't know. I wonder if you asked Muzan. Would he sacrifice 2 upper moons for the answer to his sunlight problem? I wonder how many times he would answer yes to that question. I'm with you, girl. What am I actually looking at here? How is this a thing? You tell me. So she's still the demon, but now is just perfectly... Yeah. She's on her straight, like, Blade, I'm the original Daywalker type shit. But then that's a question, like, was it something that just happened that allowed her to do that? Or she was always like this? We just took the precaution of like, hey, she's a demon, don't put her in sun. We never actually tested that theory out. I'm assuming. And then here comes our girl that we've been looking at forever. I was wondering, I think I've been asking about her for the last 2 seasons now. Has she been doing anything? Oh wow, she turned him. No, he's still not turned, but... You tell me. She's still a child. Where the hell's Yushiro been? I don't like how we're... Okay, the way they're making this seem is like something bad's about to happen. I don't like how much time they're spending on this. She's like giving out answers, but at the same time she's gonna get obliterated. Okay. Well, there's another thing now. They know where you're located. But you guys keep telling me the upper three that are left are nothing compared to these lower ones that we've gotten. And that I want to see some seriousness, or we're going to get it. So maybe trimming off the fat that is upper 4 and upper 5 isn't a bad thing. But we'll see. Are you piggybacking that, Grow Man? Hey, we tried. Well. Bro, we see you. Where's the sword, though? For real, we still do need a sword. We still need a sword, though. Help us out, please, sir. Please, sir. All right. Well, it'll be in the mail. Alright, Amazon overnight it for me, please. Gonna send his ass to the moon in a minute. Hi. Well, does it really matter at this point, since the demons know where we're at? Best of luck. Why'd we stop? What's happening? Oh god. I don't know why I thought like Muzan was gonna be right in front of that cart or some shit. So to be like, holy hell. I keep waiting for something like dramatically bad to happen, like this, since it's the season ending, like it's gonna end on some dramatic cliffhanger. So I have to be like, oh shit. But maybe it won't. So there's pretty much nothing bad that happened at the end of this one. We didn't lose anybody. I guess you could say the last one, the entertainment arc, we didn't either, but we essentially had to retire Tengen. This seems a little too good. Oh, I think that's gonna be it, because I don't think we're gonna get the full 52 minutes. I think we'll probably get end credits. Now, I haven't been told that there's anything after credits. I can't remember if Demon Slayer's ever really done that. But we'll, scan through it real quickly. Just double check. Looks like that's a negative Ghost Rider. Oh, I guess that'll be about it. That's not a bad little shot to end on there. Sure, we can go with the Nezuko shot. Alright, so there's a lot to get to here. Some good, some bad. I can already see this going terribly. Because I've been seeing Demon Slayer and YouTube recommendations pop up on YouTube and on Twitter, and I just don't even look at them. I just keep scrolling, keep moving, and all those type of shits. But I saw people crying and going crazy, and thumbnails, but I wasn't sure, like, you know, the reason. So I can already probably see this getting downvoted or hated, but it just, you guys know it is what it is. Let's start with the good. Let's start with the good. We're gonna go with the good for the entire season in this episode. So for the entire season, again, that opening episode, especially the first 20 minutes, but I'll go ahead and put it in the whole episode, was one of the best, if not the best, opening episodes to a follow-up or subsequent season of any anime that I've ever seen. The art, the animation, the sound, character introduction, villain introduction, lore, you know, introduction, information dump, just a bunch of stuff. Just that first episode, if you don't, I don't want to ever give things 10 out of 10 because that means nothing can ever be better, but like 9.8 out of 10. Just, and probably if the whole episode had been about what that first 20 minutes was about, and we didn't catch up with Tanjiro and him like waking back up and it being like giggle giggle laugh laugh, and I'm like, oh shit, is that Inosuke on the ceiling? Like, if it had been the whole entire thing, man. So that was great, and I think the high of that episode clouded me for like the first, episode 2, 3, and 4. But that's fine. I mean, you kind of get your hats off to this. So that opening episode, the location, the setting, the art, the animation, character introduction, lore introduction, just great. The connection that seems to be between the Upper Moon 1 and Tanjiro's ancestor of some kind is very interesting as well. I thought that's a very good kind of play on it. I'm curious to see how that's going to go. Are they going like they're clearly going to face off against each other? Whether that's Tanjiro assisting a Hashira in going against Upper One, or if maybe by that point in the story Tanjiro has somehow like mastered everything he needs to master. Now he is the one of one and he goes against him. Are they going to address that they know that they might know of each other acknowledgement? Is that going to be a weakness within the Upper One when it comes time to face off against Tanjiro because he sees something in him? It seems like an easy setup to have that be a weakness within him, but that's just kind of wait to see on that. I thought the style and art choice of Upper 4 was pretty dope. The way he looked, the splitting off of the multiple emotions, giving the different abilities of what they're able to do. How we keep splitting and splitting and splitting, and that's not the main body, and all that was pretty cool. It was... I did feel it kind of ran into last season, and that kind of made it a bit of an issue because we just came off that same type of, like, oh shit, you know, that's not the main one. They've got to be beheaded at the same time. Oh my god, there's 2 demons in there. So it was kind of like a little It was different, but it was almost too close to, like, kind of, you know, disassociate the two. Tokito's backstory. Mrs. Komodo, I forget her name. But the backstories were cool. Dramatic. The mist breathing was cool, seeing him kind of go from that. I did kind of like the nonchalant personality of him more, but I can understand why that's a little bit different. The Muzan stuff there at the end was pretty great to see. I wish we could have gotten a little bit more of that. I feel like they only gave us like 3 minutes of it, of a 50-minute episode. If you could have split that and given me like the whole second half. So what I got from that, and you guys can clear this up if it's spoiler or not, or clear things up that aren't spoiler. He lived 1,000 years ago. I don't know the exact number. It doesn't probably even really matter. And he was dying of a lot of things people died to back in that time. Just sickness and infection, whatever you want it to be. He was like 19, about to be 20. He was just dying and had doctors attempt and try. Nothing was working. And he was getting so frustrated to the point that he didn't even think this doctor, the only one that he can rely on, he thought he was bullshitting him and not helping either. Then he goes and kills him just because he's so frustrated. He's like, I'm about to die. This doctor can't help me. I'm tired of doctors and no answers, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Kills him. Wakes up the next day and is a straight up demon. Flipping, flexing out of his mind, increased speed, strength, agility, and whatever. We don't even know what blood art, demon art, whatever else he's able to do. Able to turn others into when he found all that specific stuff out. I don't know. But like he's not dying. Now, I don't know if we're ever going to get any more information about that doctor. The doctor didn't seem to be anything that would make you raise an eyebrow. He's not coming off like the doctor in My Hero Academia, where it's like, okay, what are you trying to, what are you really trying to like get at or accomplish here? I think he was just a regular doctor mixing some shit together, and this is what it came out with. Now, how do we prevent that from ever happening again? Like, this could be stumped. Like, say we take out Muzan and all this crazy shit. Who's to say a doctor somewhere out in an outer village doesn't mix some shit up again and have this all? So I don't know how we prevent this from happening again. Or, like, again, I don't know if there's something specific to it. Something specific in Muzan's blood that allowed whatever mixture to come together. That's a whole... We didn't get that specifics on, like, okay, the doctor was making this. Muzan has some kind of traits to him, this. The mixture of that has turned him into... We didn't get that specific. Just the doctor was attempting to cure him, turned him into a demon. Rest took off from there. Will we get specifics on that and how? TBD. And Muzan has been looking for a way to survive in the sunlight, which, of course, that happens in every iteration of any story, comic, anime, manga, fiction, or, you know, whatever. Monsters, demons, vampires, werewolves, etc. Things that can't survive in the sunlight. They're typically always looking for a way to survive in the sunlight. And typically in those stories, there's some kind of mixed hybrid that has all the benefits of said things that can't walk in the sunlight, but then also has the benefit of the human side of being able to walk in the sunlight. And everybody wants their blood or wants to study it or wants to examine it to figure out, you know, how How can we be like you? Introduce Nezuko. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head. That's probably all the good that we had, in my opinion, from this season. So let's start to dive into some like head scratching. I didn't like that. Why would they go with that route storylines? Oh, and the Genya stuff. The Genya stuff is interesting, but I wish we would have gotten a little bit more about it. Can his brother do the same thing as him? How did Genya even come across this, that he knew that he was able to do this? Like, when did he accidentally slip up and consume a demon? He's like, wait, holy shit, I'm jumping out the gym right now. Why am I running so fast? I don't know. So the Tanjiro, the foot ankle thing, I've had a lot of manga readers tell me it wasn't illustrated like that in the manga. Why the anime chose to make it look so dramatic, I don't know. So yes, both those statements can be true. The anime over-exaggerated it, and it was never meant to be that way in the manga, but it was represented that way in the anime. So that's all us as an anime viewer can go off of. The manga could have done it one way, yes. The anime did it another. What we're looking at right now is the anime. So why they chose to do that, and then have him, like, I feel like we've never seen him run more in any of these seasons than we saw him run post getting his ankle turned into ground turkey. And I don't know why they chose to do that. Why did they obliterate his foot into silly putty and then have him run the most he's ever run? Like, I just can't get that out of my head, and it's just going to be what it is. I understand maybe it wasn't intended to be that way, but that's how they went with it, and that's just really bad. It pulls me out of the story. It really does. The entire time that he was going crazy, it pulls me out of the story. Him just having little aspects of thunder breathing, I really disliked. I hate characters, and this isn't just Demon Slayer. I hate characters that like are able to do like every type of ability or have all the answers or always win type thing. So he's already got his water breathing. He's already a descendant of probably the best Demon Slayers ever. He's already got the mark. He already has the water mixed in with his flame breathing. And now we get a random Zenitsu flashback to let him get his thunderclap going. I just really dislike that. I didn't like it. Now, I know there might be an explanation. Well, it is Tanjiro, and he does come from this bloodline, and yada yada yada, and it has been hinted at and said that this bloodline, you know, they were the first breathing technique, so it would make sense that he's able to tap into all of the like. I get it, but I still hate it. Still hate everything about that. And then he's putting the strength into his legs, pushing off that same foot. That's just a whole nother thing. So really dislike that. I disliked how they did the girl. I keep forgetting her name. I don't know. I kind of wanted her to be the one to deal with Upper 4, because you're not... That was one of the worst Upper Moons, Upper 5. And damn it, I feel like Rengoku and Tengen could have taken his ass out, okay? So if that was the case, I wish maybe they would have switched it and put her over there with the 5 and put Tokito over here with the 4. Because these Upper Moons, they're not proving to be much stronger than Tanjiro. So if that's the case, just leave the Upper Moons, leave the Hashiras out of the story and just let Tanjiro deal with it. Figure out a way to give him a power boost, or let his mark start consuming more of his face or whatever. Just give me that. Because I can't take any of these Hashiras any seriously when Tanjiro's pretty much the one that's pretty much handling it every single time. If that makes sense. Maybe I'm nitpicking, or it just kind of is what it is, but I feel like we didn't get to really see it. Like, Tokito got much more deeper, much crazy backstory, much more look into his abilities and what he's able to do, and like, you introduce the mark, and then you give her a mark. So you give her a mark, by the way, which we never went back to, and she still was losing. She did lose. We only saw her fighting on screen for what, that half of an episode? And that was episode 10, right? It was just the back end of episode 10, I think, where they revealed her mark, and she's like, Tanjiro, you guys have done enough, I'm gonna handle this. And it honestly, it wasn't really anything for her to handle because what we had to handle, Tanjiro and the group had to deal with. She was just like a placeholder. I feel like it was like, okay, we've summoned this big ass thing. He's got these Hashira wooden dragons. Um, we can't have them chase the actual body and deal with this at the same time. What can we do? I don't know. Have her ass deal with it off screen. And that's what I felt like. It was just like off screen. We caught up with her at the very end when she was she was dead. Like it was over. GG no re. Like see you next time. But then of course, happens at the same time. He goes, and I wanted to see maybe that demon have the one that had all the personalities mixed into one. I wanted to see him have a reaction to disappearing. Of like, holy shit, they got the main body. Like, what happened over there? What does that mean? And maybe all the personalities like split back out, or just give me something. Although he was just like gone, dead. So that was kind of underwhelming. I don't like the way they handled either of that. The way they handled the girl and the way they handled the like Super Saiyan Beerus looking god with the Hashira wood style dragons. I didn't like the way they dealt with any of that. It was just kind of off screen. And then let's talk about the Nezuko thing. There's nothing I hate more, not just in Demon Slayer, but in everything, is death fake outs. I hate that shit. Because then I can never take your stakes seriously, and I can never take your story seriously if you refuse to kill characters. And here's the thing. If you never planned on killing Nezuko in the first place, that's okay. If you're an anime, which most shonen are not going to kill, like, most shonen typically have like a main 3 core characters. All the way back to Naruto, to Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, which is kind of turned into like just a 2. Demon Slayer, like the list just goes on, and there's typically going to be like a main core 2 characters or 3, in there. And 95% of the time, if not 99% of the time, those 3 characters are never going to die. They're never going to die. It might be a little scary, they might do some moments here, and they might do some moments there, but there's always going to be an explanation, there's always going to be a plot point, plot armor, ass pull, whatever you want it to be. They're never going to die. So I never am ever going to be threatened by them dying here. Even when Inosuke was stabbed through the back of the chest, I was like, okay, he looks dead. Like, that looks like that should be dead, yes. Between the stab and the poison, just looks like it should be a thing. And they're like, oh, well, he moves his organs around all the time, so... And then that's a whole nother thing of like, okay, but he knew, just at that specific moment, he lucked out and maybe had his heart down here instead of over... That's a whole nother thing, don't get me started on that. But what I felt like really grinded my gears with the Nezuko stuff is... You give us the classic anime character is dying flashbacks. When you're like, wait, is this character actually going to die? And then they start playing the dramatic violin or piano and they give a flashback to like season 1 stuff of like her as a kid, her first becoming a demon, the other like trials and tribulations she's gone through. So you're like, holy shit. I think they're actually killing her. And like, that's a big plunge to take. Big plunge to take. Not only is she part of the core characters in a shonen, but she's like the only female in that group. So just you're thinking of like a selling standpoint, a likability standpoint, a popularity standpoint, all of that together. To take her out that's a like hats off to you. Like you have balls to do that, I'm over here watching One Piece and they won't even kill villains, So for the Demon Slayer to go to that point, like it was like, holy shit, okay, like we're getting serious. Like the clock has struck midnight, we're getting serious. And for her not to be, it ruined the entire episode for me. The entire episode. I'm fine with you not killing characters. Not everything has to be Game of Thrones or Attack on Titan type shit. But it's like, don't play on that line then. And then come back and say, psych, just kidding. Don't stab Inosuke through his heart with poison and then give me the explanation. But that was quicker, so that was okay. Don't give me a long, drawn-out 3-minute flashback backstory and holy shit, this is it. Tanjiro's breaking down. His sister's dying in front of his face. She's like, go do what you have to do. Let me die here. And then she's like, good morning. What the fuck are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Like, I would have rather her just like been in the sunlight and everyone be like, oh shit. And Tanjiro's like, oh my god, she's in the sun. That's it. And she's just not burning. Like, what? I'm not like, I'm okay. Like, what? I would have been like, okay, like, oh, okay, that's a little bit interesting there, but I would rather them go with that. You've got her like flaking and turning. It almost looked like she burnt off her demon layer or something like that and is okay to go. I don't know. I hated the entire thing of it. The entire thing. So what was burnt? So in those 2 minutes there, remember, like, she's burning, turning into ash, steaming. And then 2 minutes later, she's walking in the sunlight fine. So what happened there? She burnt off like her demon layer, and now she's this pseudo blade daywalker hybrid type thing. Now again, what is it about her blood that's doing that? We saw I forget the woman's name that back in season 1 that was like, I'm gonna try to come up with a cure to cure these, demons. She said, her blood's very interesting. She thinks she'll be able to like walk in daylight soon, and there's something specific about her blood that's always changing, and yada yada yada, and blah blah blah. We've gotten all that before. Again, are we going to get an explanation on why Nezuko, or is it just going to be, well, something about her blood special? I don't know. You see her blood demon art, able to cancel out other demons, and is it the conviction that what she's putting her mind to it? Like, I don't know if we're going to get that explanation. The same way with Muzan. Why was he able to turn into a demon? Are we just calling that what it is? Like, that was just, it just happened? Same with Nezuko. What is it about her? Is it about her lineage and something in her bloodline? And I have absolutely no idea. I would maybe like that explanation, or do we get that? I probably feel like we don't. At least up until this point in the story, Demon Slayer hasn't gone too far into the how or the whys. It's just kind of like a surface level explanation on some type of things, but it's also left in a way that like they maybe could circle back to it, but they seem to never circle back to it. And with Upper Moon 4, I'd have loved it. Of all the demons that because usually Tanjiro kills the demon and we get an explanation on maybe how they came to be what they came to be and why they chose to do what they chose to do, and then you see, oh, their blood art kind of represents things that might have affected them and yada. I would have loved some more backstory on him, a lot there. As much as like we didn't get a single drop of it with 5, I would have liked to gotten some of it with 4. And this episode, I feel like perfectly sums up Demon Slayer. And it will, especially this season at least. I feel like when Demon Slayer is on, it's on. Because there's 2 things that you always know Demon Slayer is never gonna skimp you out on. The art and animation, which I just put those as 1. Visuals. Demon Slayer is never ever gonna skimp you on the visuals. That's always gonna be there. And then the sound effects in the soundtracks. Those are always gonna be there. So if you can just start with that, that's a great thing. And I think I posed this question of like, what would you rather have when watching an anime? 10 out of 10 story, Game of Thrones mixed with Attack on Titan, mixed with shock factor, lore, power-ups, the perfect Hunter x Hunter power scaling. Like, would you rather have that story with some of the shittiest animation you've ever seen this side of the Mississippi? Or would you rather have the reverse? So visually stunning and audio to look at and hear, it damn near makes you tear up. Like you can't tell if this is like the Matrix or the real world because that's how visually stunning it looks. But the story is god awful. Like, which would you rather have? I don't know. I feel like a story can be amazing. I want to say story, but sometimes animation is so bad it makes you like, it just makes you want to close your eyes. So I'm not saying Demon Slayer is that, where like visual and audio is up here, stories down here. But I feel like when it's hitting, it's because Demon Slayer's baseline is animation and visuals are always going to be here. So if you can just give me a story and concepts and everything that's like even middle of the road, this being so high, like a combination of a mid-story but great graphics and sound can make for a good story. But sometimes I just feel like the choices that they go with doing this and explanation of that is just kind of just very head scratching. I feel like Demon Slayer has a lot of head scratching moments. Um, Once again, you guys have heard me say this all the time. It does have the perfect recipe as far as being popular, especially online these days with anime and how popular anime and manga and I guess weeb culture isn't, because it wasn't like that back in the day. If people found out you watched Dragon Ball or something on Toonami, you were like, "Well, what the fuck?" But it's so well loved and stuff today. So I feel like, especially today with like social media and Comic Cons and Twitters and Instagrams and doing cosplays and everything, like Demon Slayer is the perfect anime for like today. Visually, you can do like, it's so flashy and visually stunning that it's I feel like it's an easy intro anime and not too confusing and too deep in lore, that like a casual person that's probably never watched could pick this up and really kind of like get it. And it's visually pleasing and it sells. Like, you've got the color aspect, you've got girl characters, you got the cute girl, and you've got, you know, the boar head with the shirt off, and you've got, you know, Tanjiro's an easy one to dress up as. You know, it has its things. That's like the perfect recipe for like a popular anime today. Um, so I feel like just by default, it's always going to be loved or liked at least. Um, I feel like there's always head scratching problems with it. You know, I feel like we've yet to have that like peak season. You know, so we're still waiting on that. It's not unwatchable by any means. Like I said, they flow so much. It's like great head scratching, great head scratching, great, and it's even within a course of an episode. It's like, that's not like, oh shit, a season started out here and then by the end we got down here. It's like 2 minutes interchangeable with each other, and I feel like Demon Slayer has always been that. So that's why I asked that question of like, how do you guys feel about the season or Demon Slayer as a whole? And that would still be my question. So now that the season's finished, if you're an anime only, what are your thoughts on the season? I give it 7.8 to 8.1 out of 10. That's what I'd be for the season. It was short. Some head scratching moments. I felt like some characters were underutilized. I feel like there were some moments that needed more explanation. But I also feel like some parts of this season are some of the best we've had across all 3 seasons, especially episode 1 and then the Muzan 2-minute flashback that we got. But the Tanjiro foot thing is just, it's unacceptable. I don't like the direct. Some people might be fine with the Nezuko thing. Some people might be so okay that Nezuko's alive that they don't give a damn about it. Like, you had them so emotional, so bawling their eyes out, like, no way they would kill Nezuko. This can't be real. I don't believe it. Oh my god. And the fact that she's alive, just like, it's such a just like moment for them that like nothing else matters. Nezuko's alive. We beat the 2 upper moons. We did it, and like that's it. But that's just not me. So between the foot issue, which it's such a big issue that I can't get over, and maybe I'm bitching, and you could very well say that is, but you just can't do that, in my opinion. So between that and the way Nezuko, and like I said, if she just fell out into the sunlight out of the shade, and we're like, oh shit, she gonna burn, and she just didn't burn, I'm okay with that. But you draw out the death and give the flashbacks and everything to then say, that's psych. See, we were just kidding. We were just kidding. That's what I have the bigger issue with. If you want to say she's this hybrid that has special blood traits and it's her bloodline or whatever that's going to be, fine, cool. She survives in the sun. I still don't like it. But it's more palatable than the shit that they just dragged out and did. The upper moons were underwhelming. 4 was cool visually, but 5 was just unforgettable, to be honest. Give me Gyutaro and his sister again. I'd rather you figure out a way to resurrect them and us just run it back than the upper 5. So between the Nezuko death fake out, the Tanjiro foot, the underwhelming upper moons, some of the episodes felt like they were dragging a little bit. Those to me kind of knock it down. But episode 1 and the upper moons and the Muzan flashback and Genya being like this half hybrid demon type thing, Tokito flashback, in his character. So those kind of like, you know, raise it all to just be just a mess that came out to be a 7.8. 7.8 to 8.1, somewhere in there. But I'd be very, very curious on you guys' thoughts. I don't think I'm going to chop this up. But this video should be like an hour and 20 minutes long. So if you're seeing a full hour and 20 minutes long, know that I was able to successfully get it up on YouTube. If you're not seeing a full hour and 20 minutes, I had to chop and edit out some things for YouTube purposes, but we'll go ahead and leave it there. That ends up being it for Demon Slayer. I don't think we're going to add anything new because I think Jujutsu Kaisen is coming up within like the next 2 to 3 weeks. And by that time, I'll have like maybe 5 or so episodes left of Monster. And maybe 5 or so episodes left of Vinland Saga Season 2. We'll be able to transition and do all those cool things. So that's it for another season of Demon Slayer. Always an interesting time. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,